What is going on, YouTube people? Well, remember how we talked about scanning cards earlier in the week? How someone was using a CT scanner to scan boxes of Flawless and search for the logo of men in those very expensive boxes. And the thing that we noted in that video, and that was made clear on the video shared around social, was that this was pretty much exclusive to patch cards. You know, you had to be able to get that variation in the depth of the card for it to be able to pop out on the CT scanning. And the comment section, which I have actually pulled up here on that video, was pretty wild on this one, with people talking about how this was impossible and this is crazy and they're not moving, sick, dying people out of the way to scan boxes of Flawless. And then there was another subset of people that are like, yeah, this is actually probably pretty easy. I have access to a machine like this at my college or at a research facility, or I was a veterinarian clinic. I could have easily scanned stuff in between while nothing was going on and then just delete the scans and know what was in it. And one of the comments, and I actually just got this comment late last night. I'm recording this video Thursday evening and probably going to immediately post it. Another double video day. It has been a wild week. He posted this last night. Since then, I saw when I got home from work today that Rattle Pokemon did a video on this. And I know Dan, the card man, did a video on the initial CT scanning of the Flawless boxes, and actually saw on Cards on the Table today, Jeff Wilson and the crew did one on it as well. But this is new. Rattle covered this, but I have not gotten a chance to talk about this yet. But the person that Rattle cites in that video actually left a comment on my video late last night, saying, I am a non-invasive test engineer, hobbyist, and proud owner of my own CT scanner. Patches are shown relatively easy. Medical grade scanners are sufficient for big features like that. Looking for individual cards with thinner details is a lot harder, and a battle against physics and really ridiculously hard to do inside a case, like you mentioned in your video. However, individual packs are absolutely possible. And he proves this theory. You go over to his YouTube channel and watch. He did ask about, potentially doing a Q&A, and that might be something I look into. It's just with the National coming up, I got to get through that first, and then I may circle back to this and reach out to him directly and potentially have him on or something to discuss this further. But he sent me to his YouTube page. You pull it up. He has a video where he bought a $1,500 CT machine off of eBay. Now, he did have to do some work to get it up and running. This guy seems like a pretty smart dude. He works in this field, it sounds like, and he understood what he needed to do to get the machine up and running. But that just shows you that these things are available in the wild. And to even double down on it, the reason why he made the video, because he said he was actually kind of keeping this under wraps until he could do more testing and do more stuff on it. I will link to this video in the description down below. Go check it out, and we'll give him a little like on this video. Was because somebody else posted about this and cracked the code over on this website. And he walks through this. If you look at the description of his video, he says, I was potentially wanting to keep this secret, but someone else, this industrial inspection, did a post on it and a video as well. So in the course of a week, and this was going on long before this week. This isn't just like, oh my God, I saw the CT scanner video, let me see what I could do. These people have been working on this for a while. So to the people in the comment section were like, this is a one-off, this is no big deal. We now, in the matter of a week, have 3 different instances of things being scanned. We had the logo men in the original video, and then since then, 2 other people talking about scanning packs. Now, there is an asterisk on this. They're only showing Pokemon cards, and there is a reason why. The foils, which is the card that you want to hit, I don't know much about Pikachus and Charizards, but the cards that you want to hit, the biggest hits, are the foils, the hollow foils. The thing with those cards is they have texture on them, and that is what it's all about. Because the card is textured, the CT machine is able to pick it up. Now, he cites loose packs only. But I am sure, and this, remember, he is doing this on a $1,500 scanner he bought in, off of eBay and hauled home. If you watch the whole video, he's got footage of him picking it up and hauling it, hooking it all up, working on it, etc. And as you can see here, even on that $1,500 scanner, you could clearly see what this card is. Like, if you know Pokemon and I showed this to someone, they would 100% be able to tell what that is. So now imagine buying high-end, loose, sealed packs, vintage packs, and being able to scan them to see if there is a foil in there, to verify that. And I know, like I said, I don't know Pokemon super well. I know Rattle was talking about weighing packs that you could tell potentially if there's a foil in there. But imagine knowing what the card is. Imagine knowing if you should even open it or sell it on the loose pack. And on this one, and even he cites that the imaging is way better on theirs. Once again, you can see in this little clip here, you can clearly see what that, obviously, they put this together so you can see the opposite side with the scan, but you can clearly see on their scan, one, it is much more higher quality. And two, you could easily, if you knew Pokemon cards, if you knew exactly what card you were looking for, you had a visual checklist, you're going to know. And you can even take it a step further. It looks like what both these folks were doing was, if you have a raw card, you could scan it and get an idea of how it's going to look in the machine. So then if you start scanning packs, you know exactly what you're looking for. Over here they cite, and once again, this kind of gets down to how you could see the texture on the card. You could see here how that you could see that varying texture. They kind of overlaid this texture on top of the real version of the card, so you could get a feel for what you're looking for in the pack. So this is them kind of giving an example of, here's what the actual card looks like. Here's kind of what it looks like if you overlay the image on top of the card, so you know what you're looking for when you look through packs. And then here's the image on the CT scanner. So they know if we see a black circle up here and some squiggly lines and some whirly-doos and some whatever else is, we know that's a Hydro Bombard. It's that simple. Here's the inside of the pack. We can see the layers on there. So it's not, most sports cards aren't textured, luckily. But you would still be able to tell probably some stuff. There are some cards out there that do have textured on them. Or in a case like this, this is them literally, looks like CT scanning through like a pre-release kit or a starter deck or something like that. Let's take this from the sports card side of things. Let's pretend this is a blaster. Let's pretend this is a blaster of, let's say, Bowman. Bowman 2023 blaster, 2024 blaster. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Bowman autos are slightly thicker than a regular card. If you put the blaster in the CT scanner, you would probably, I bet you could probably tell if it had an auto card in it or not. Now, you're probably not going to know who or what that it is, but let's say you bought a case of blasters and you scanned them all. You could see which, let's say, 2 or 3 blasters in that case have the auto. Pull those ones out and go sell the rest. And maybe you break even selling the rest, but you have 2 blasters with a guaranteed auto in it. Or some other card. If some other set has a card that is a different thickness than everything else, you would be able to see that on me. You can literally see it right here. And any card that has surface like this, on Pokemon, once again, foils, but if there is a sports card that had a non-flat surface, you could potentially be able to see that. Or a non-sports card. There's Marvel cards out there, all sorts of craziness that you could get into. To me, the bigger thing is the thickness of the cards. Let's say you bought a box of Bowman Draft. And once again, I believe some years it's like this, some years it's not. Some of the hit cards are ever so slightly thicker. You'll notice it because you go to put it in a regular top loader and it fits kind of tight. What if you bought a hobby box of Bowman Draft, which is pretty pricey, scanned all the packs, pulled the autos out, and then you set up at the show and sold the packs loose? That's not that far-fetched. Now, is the machine still readily available? No. But the fact that in the course of under a week, we went from patch cards only to now textured cards to now textured cards plus thickness. I mean, we're all over the place here now. And this is 3 independent people that were doing this that have basically come forward to some degree or another. And it's varying different things. But if you think, I mentioned it in the video with the original CT scan, if you think that was the only person doing it, you're fooling yourself. Now, once again, is this completely widespread? No. But now that stuff like this is out there, who's to stop someone? I mean, he even kind of mentions it in the description of this video. You can read through here. That's really how I imagine this, as a service for the most valuable packs at first, and then expanding the technique gets refined. CGC or PSA can grade your card, but doing so while keeping it fresh in the pack, ? That's new, and I think it's cool. So does a company pop up that says, hey man, send us your stuff. We'll scan it for you and let you know what's in it. Send it back to you. It is never ending. So this technology is out there. Is it widely available? No. Is it locked behind 18 layers of security and 16 insurance companies at a hospital? Also no. It's much more accessible than that. Curious for your thoughts and comments, as always, down below. Go check out Aaron Wayne's Strange Brain. I will link to that down below. I will also link to this article, which is Industrial Inspection Consulting, LLC. And like I said, Rattle Pokemon did a video on this as well. You could go check out his take on it because he has much more of the Pokemon knowledge that I don't. But there are clear use cases for this all over the place. And it just continues to get scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. All I got. Catch you boys and girls on the next one. Peace.